everybody, Audrey Bunny here, and we are finally back for more What Remains of Edith Finch. So, during our last episode, we've had a lot of the Finch relatives' pasts discovered. So, the first one I think was Barbara. So, Barbara was a celebrity, and from what I understand, she might have been killed by a lot of enraged or raging fans. Probably raging fans. Is that even a word? I'm not sure, but yeah, that is a possibility. And but I think there's a higher chance that she might have been killed by a serial killer that was on the loose that day. So yeah, that's Barbara. She was famous for her what do you call it, for her scream. So yeah, so from 1944 to 1960. So next we had Walter. So Walter was Barbara's brother. So I think Barbara and Walter was Edie and Sven's children. So yeah, Walter was just a kid back when Barbara was murdered. So yeah, the only frustration that I had with Walter when he was a kid, when I was using Barbara, was that she literally went inside his room looking for Walter, but then Walter did not even make a sound or make a move to let Barbara know that he's in that room. So that was the only frustration that I have, but I can't really blame him because he might be too scared or too frightened to even speak or to move. So yeah, that was really tragic for both of the siblings. So yeah, as for Walter, he grew up without a sister anymore. He grew up traumatized, thinking that he didn't want to lose his life to a serial killer like his sister. So he really hid himself underground. And yeah, but as time goes by, he realized that he can't live life to the fullest if he stays hidden forever. So as soon as he decides to go out and discover the world, he got hit by a train. And that is really tragic for Walter. I really pity him because he was ready to change. He was ready for a change. But then he got hit by a train. That was really sad. So he was around 1952 to 2005. So I think that's pretty long actually, but still, it is quite sad. So next we had Sam. So Sam was Calvin's twin brother. Sam, I think, Sam used to work for the military before, and then retired probably. So Sam is technically Edith's grandfather because Sam is Don, Gus, and Gregory's dad. So Don is Edith's mother, if you guys remember. So what I liked about Sam is that he really treasures his children, but he really doesn't know how to bond with them. And what I dislike about Sam is he kind of forced his hobbies to Don, which was hunting. Don wasn't really a fan of hunting. And I can't also blame him fully because that might be the only thing that he knows when it comes to having a moment with his children. And yeah, that is quite sad. He had a little accident. Not really a little accident, but he had an accident with the stag as he was trying to carry the stag by its horns. He thought the stag was dead, but yeah, that was a big gotcha moment by the stag. I know, it's not a laughing matter, but yeah, I can't help it. I can't help it. It really was a gotcha moment. So, yeah, that is Sam. So, he was around 1950 to 1983. And then next we had Gus. Gus was, I think, oh yeah, Gus was 1 year older than Dawn. So, Gus was supposed to be Edith's uncle, as well as maybe Gregory. Kinda, yeah. Yeah, Gregory. He's supposed to be Edith's uncle as well. So, Gus, I think, did not support Sam's second marriage because Sam and Kay, as you can see over here, Sam and Kay were married but then decided to divorce. So, I think that was the second marriage of Sam when Gus' story happened. So, he was flying a kite, and I even thought that he was electrocuted. Oh my god, I can't speak English. I'm so sorry, but yeah, I think he was crushed by a tent instead. That was Gus. Nothing much happened in his story, but that is quite sad as well. Well, all deaths are sad. So, yeah. And last but not the least, we had Gregory. So, Gregory was just a wee little baby when he passed away, sadly. He was just taking a bath, and that happened. So Kay was giving Gregory a bath when Sam called, probably maybe about the divorce with Kay. So Kay had no choice but to answer the phone to listen to his requests, probably. So yeah, Kay kind of left Gregory in the bathtub, and then eventually Gregory drowned. So yeah, that's so far the most heartbreaking moment for me was Gregory's. But I'm not sure. All of their stories are heartbreaking, but for me, Gregory was the most heartbreaking for me. So he was only around for 1 year. He was born 1976 to 1977. So yeah, that's pretty much it for what we've discovered during our last episode. So yeah, let's continue, and hopefully I won't lag out. Sorry about the model lagging during the last episode. My computer was really getting dizzy, so yeah, so let's continue.
My mom moved up to the loft after her brothers died. At the time, it was as far away as she could get.
Oh wow, this is kinda cute. Oh, Bible. Okay. So, this is Edith's mom. She is very religious, as I can see. I'm not really very religious, but I do believe. I have a religion. So, yeah. Okay. The atmosphere is still kind of creeping me out. Ooh, it's Dawn and Sanjay.
She spent a summer building houses in Calcutta, where she met my dad, Sanjay.
Oh, Indian. You know what? Let's be real. I'll be honest. Okay. A lot of Indians are good looking. My boyfriend kinda looks Indian, but he's not Indian. But a lot of people, even my co-workers, are asking me if my boyfriend is Indian. I was like, no, he's not Indian. He's not Indian. He just looks like he's Indian. But yeah, I'll admit it. He is attractive, Sanjay. And of course, my boyfriend. Of course. So, yeah, before we proceed, let us read the Bible.
Religion was another thing my mom never talked about, but I think it helped her a lot after her dad died.
Yeah. Speaking of religion, for me, religion helped as well. Religion helped me with coping when my long term, is that even a word? But yeah, religion really helped me when my I guess late boyfriend died a few years back. We were supposed to celebrate our 6-year anniversary, but life got complicated, and he got sick. And mind you, he doesn't smoke, he doesn't drink. I guess maybe he just overworked, but he passed away around January, and his funeral was January 22nd. So I remember that this month is January. It's gonna be his fifth death anniversary. So I kind of miss him, but yeah, as what people say, life goes on with or without our loved ones. But I hope he's in a better place now, and I just don't want him to worry. I'm in good hands. So I'm kind of getting teary and all, but I'll try not to cry. So as I was saying, religion also helped me with the coping of his death. So what's this for? Oh, I'm going down. Wee. Okay. That was fun. There's no story about Dawn's mother. Okay, we're going back up. Gosh darn it. Okay, so we don't have anything about Dawn here. So we can't access the computer. So wait, let's just read the stuff. So Dawn had religion, science, math, and history books. 10 ways to teach critical thinking. Ooh. Copy poster for volunteers, and oh, that's awesome. She's a volunteer. She reminds me of my late boyfriend's mother. She was also a volunteer. I think until now. And oh my god, I have so much respect for volunteers. They are very selfless. My gosh. They deserve all the happiness in the world. And okay, what's this? Meet with relief rep, after school teaching, pack, fly to India. Okay. Ah. She looks so happy. Okay, let's move on.
My mom moved to India a week after graduation and got a job teaching English. Louis was born a year later.
Yeah, I remember Louis was Edith's brother.
When my dad died, I don't think Mom knew where else to go.
Oh no, their dad died.
I'm sure Edie was happy to have her back.
Oh, it's cute. They have mini gardens. I want to have this kind of garden. I'm already happy with a small box like these.
And to see kids in the house again.
Oh, this is Edith's. Oh, so cute.
The house had to get a little bigger, but Edie was used to that.
At least, right?
And for a while, things were good. Almost normal.
Oh. Edith, Louis, Milton, Edith, Barbara, Molly, Sam, Calvin, Sven, Odin, Gregory. Louis rules. Yeah. Our family history, fact or fiction? Really? Great job. Why am I reading all stickers?
But it didn't last.
Yeah, everything do not last. Only God's love. But yeah, I'm not joking, but for me, yeah. Love does last for me. Any form of love, as long as it's true, as long as it's sincere, genuine, it will last. Ooh. Who are these? Are these what I think they are? So that's probably Edie. Not sure. And then Louis, I don't know. And then Milton, probably. To teach and to learn. Oh, their mother even made a book. That's awesome. She even published book. Relief efforts end in disaster. Oh no. What is this? It's sad. Scientific method. Oh my god, I can't speak English. Observation, question, research, hypothesis, experiment, data, conclusion. Okay, let's go out.
The beginning of the end was Milton's 10th birthday, when Edie gave him a castle.
So am I supposed to go up or yeah, let's go to Milton's first. I don't want cheap jump scares. Please. Okay. Milton is still alive. No end year. 1992, so he's almost my age. He's 1 year older. So that's awesome. Okay. So he's into what do you call it? He's into kingdoms, I think. Since I also saw his portrait in Dawn's room. Not really portrait, but their family picture. He was also wearing a crown, so yeah. Let's read Milton's The Magic Paintbrush.
Milton Finch in The Magic Paintbrush. I was 4 when Milton disappeared.
Oh, I get it. So Edith was the youngest. I think Milton's still alive. So far, out of all the stories, his is the most vague, I think, or the most lacking. He just vanished, and that doesn't mean anything. Vanishing is not equal to death. Wow, okay. Intriguing. Can I go down? Okay, let's try. Okay, we can go down.
Mom spent months searching for my brother. Then she sealed the doors.
Aw, I feel bad for Dawn. Oh, we can't open because it's glued up. Yeah, I remember.
Whatever Milton had found in the house, Mom didn't want it getting out.
Oh, I wonder what did Milton find out? Sorry, wrong grammar. Okay.
Mom definitely blamed Edie, but I think Lewis blamed himself.
Oh no. I think this is Lewis's room.
After he graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room. Until Mom got him a job at the cannery. Lewis's room smelled very, very familiar. That part of him lived on.
So, yeah. He even had a, I don't know what this is called. Is this a hookah? I don't know, but yeah. Gosh darn it, Lewis. He loves Mary, Joanna. I'm not gonna even say the correct term for that, but yeah. he loves getting high. Lewis Finch, locker contents. Okay. Wonderland Turbo.
Lewis and I spent a lot of time playing games together, but he was surprisingly bad at them. He died a lot.
Oof. 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 Why are you roasting a dead guy? Oh my gosh, Edith. You're so mean. Okay. So, what's this? Theodore's quality cigars. Well, damn. This guy really loves smoking. A lot. So what is this? The Red King's Dream. Okay, so nothing much to see here. Oh wow. I had this kind of monitor back then. Damn, I'm so old. So, yeah. Let's read what happened to Lewis.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Lewis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse. Newly sober, I believe Lewis first noticed the monotony of his daily life. He kept working at the cannery, but he withdrew part of himself. In our sessions, I saw the same behavior. His mind began to wander. I asked him to describe it. He said he started small, imagining a labyrinth. He'd feel his way about. Then something moved. Bats and toads and things that have not names. He knew it was all in his head. But he took it very seriously. I had hopes he'd find himself. But he found something more. I worried about him then, daydreaming at the cannery. I spoke with his boss, but he said Lewis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused. Like a whole new Lewis. So I let him go on. I even encouraged him. It seemed very promising at first. He told me he'd made a new friend.
Aw, it's a dog! That's my best friend, the dog.
On the
Just
edge of a
kidding.
city he named Lewis Tokyo. He built the city up slowly, brick by brick. Then he made musicians. And songs for them to play. He talked about starting a band. And he was always humming something. Every day his imagination grew stronger. He no longer spoke at the cannery. But his chopping was as reliable as ever. Then one day it struck him that all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet, were all in his imagination, so he could do whatever he wished. He held an election for mayor, and he won. They begged him to stay, but his mind was already wandering. It became a game for him. He'd conquer a city, then immediately push on. New Louisville. St. Louis. He started drifting away from our reality. Minneapolis. Until one day he forgot to go home from the cannery. Even as his mother pleaded with him, part of Louis kept sailing on. In Louisburg, he heard rumors of a handsome queen. The queen was on her own quest for radiant rainbows. He followed the sound of her silver harp. His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon. Even then, his logic remained sound. He knew the world was all in his imagination. But he was so proud of having created it. In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king. For someone who'd never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming. And then it struck him that the real Louis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace. My imagination is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him.
Okay, this is creepy.
He began to forget the world we know. I think it pained him to remember Louis, the cannery worker. He began to despise the man with a royal contempt. I still thought I could save him. Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder. The palace would be packed with his companions.
that a crow? Oh my god, is that a
Even
giant
the wise
cat?
𝘞𝘢𝘭𝑏 who'd insisted on advising him.
That's a giant cat. Oh, and it's Molly. It's named Molly. Looks like my boyfriend's cat.
His queen waited, holding his crown. There was only one thing left to do.
Wait, what? Is that a guillotine? No thank you.
Bend down his head.
Oh my goodness.
And the rest I think you know. Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
My brother was really cool. I wish you could have met him.
Oh my goodness. Did he die because he got beheaded? Oh my goodness. I hope that was just an accident in the workplace, but gosh darn it. Okay. So far, I kind of pity him a lot, but damn, I can't blame him again. I can't blame everyone. I can't blame him, Lewis. I think he got, I don't know, he was overwhelmed with Milton's disappearance. That's just sad. Oh my gosh. I don't know what to say. I'm speechless, as you can see. Why, I did not want to freaking go in, but yeah. One last look, and then we'll go. Okay. I think we need to go out here.
On the way back from Lewis's funeral, my mom told me to start packing. She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie. I'm not sure if she wanted to make it easier or harder. I wish we'd stayed.
Oh my, what happened here? What is this? Oh, it's for the package, I think.
But I understand why we left.
For the boxes thingy. For the fragile stuff.
My mom ended up leaving everything behind.
Oh, that's Edie. Yeah, I kind of feel bad for Edie too. Later I will explain why. Oh God, you have called your servants to ventures of which we cannot see the ending, by paths as yet what's that? I can't understand that, but yeah. Through perils unknown. Give us faith to go out with good courage, not knowing where we go, but only that your hand is leading us and your love supporting us. Through Jesus Christ our Lord. Amen. Okay. So I think Dawn will be the last person. Probably. In loving memory of Louis Finch. Okay. So I wonder who lived here. Is it Edie? I don't know. Okay, let's go up.
What happened that night had been coming for a long time. Maybe I should have come sooner.
Oh, this is Edith's room. Aw. Oh, look, that's me. Just kidding. It's a stuffed bunny. So cute.
But it had to end one way or another. All that's left now is to tell you about that last night. That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word. Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
"To our final night together, and all our final nights apart."
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
The power had been shut off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles. When my mom sealed the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance. Or that Edie had a key to it.
That thing you're afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house. Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories. I think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight. We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning, okay?
Dear Edith, there's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born. That night, the tide went way, way out. It was the first and last time I ever saw the old house aground. There'd been an earthquake out in the middle of the ocean. They called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years. God, it smelled awful. You know, I've seen that house every day of my life. But I never thought I'd go back to it. When the fog rolled in, I lost my way. I got turned around. For a while, I wondered. I started seeing things. Things I'd forgotten had ever existed. But when I saw them, they felt like old friends. That night, a lot of things came back to me. Or maybe I came back to them. Things I can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
It's mine.
Edith!
Mom, you're gonna rip it! Let go! I kicked and screamed, but Mom dragged me to the car. I never saw Great-Grandma Edie again. The next morning, the band came to pick her up, but she was already gone. After that, we moved around a lot. We both tried to make the best of it. A few years went by. My mom didn't like to talk about it, but she started getting sick a lot. The rest happened pretty quickly. She got better for a while, and then she didn't. And then I was alone. The last Finch left alive. Until I found out about you. I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this. If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes. And appreciate how strange and brief all of this is. This journal was supposed to be for you. But now I hope you'll never see it. I just want to meet you and tell you all these stories myself. But I guess if you're reading this now, things didn't work out that way. This is where your story begins. I'm sorry I won't be there to see it. It's a lot to ask, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
Okay, so this was made for Shirley Dallas, 1948 to 2013. So, yeah, I'm trying not to cry, but yeah, as the credits are rolling, yeah, it was it was a very, I don't know what to say, but it was a good story. Damn. That's what I can say for now, but yeah, I've enjoyed this game so far, and ah okay. Let me compose myself as we're watching the credits. So okay, so as what I've said during our first episode of this Let's Play, I haven't played this game yet. I've heard some stories, but I've never watched playthroughs, Let's Plays, gameplays of this game, so oh my gosh. I wasn't expecting this game to be well written. Damn. I really liked that the story was really bittersweet, and I also like that Edith, even though she didn't really have a very awesome childhood, she had weird relatives, especially Edie. She still accepted them for who they are, and that's what's good about being family, being a real family. If you treat them as your real family, you accept them for who we are, unless they are really toxic. So yeah. Also from my understanding, after a lot of those deaths, a lot of the deaths of the other relatives, of the other Finch family members, Edie, as the as you can say, the matriarch. Yeah, as what I've said, this is kind of like Encanto, Disney's Encanto. They have a matriarch. The family is run by a matriarch. So, matriarch is Edie, who is also Edith's grandmother, great-grandmother, that is. She's the standing matriarch of the family, and after all of those deaths, especially the deaths of her daughter, I think her daughter is also Molly. I don't know. Wait, let me check. I think Molly is also her daughter. So, okay. So this is the Edith Finch team. What's this? The end. Aww. That's cool. I like it. Okay, from my understanding, Edie stands as the matriarch of the Finch family, while Dawn is Edie's grandchild. Dawn is Edie's grandchild. So we had Odin and Ingeborg, the very first Finches who existed, and then they gave birth to Edie. So Edie married Sven, and then they had Molly, Barbara, Calvin, Sam, and Walter. So out of those children that they had, the only person who kind of lived the fullest and had a family was Sam. So Walter did not have any family, but Sam did. So Sam married Kay, and then they gave birth to beautiful children, Dawn, Gus, and Gregory. Gus was the oldest, but you know, accident happened, So, as well as Gregory. So, Dawn was the only Finch left alive during that time. And then after that, she married Sanjay from India. And then they gave birth to Lois, Milton, and Edith. Edith was the only Finch left alive. But my best bet is that Milton is still alive. And I heard from other people that Milton is in another game. I'm not sure, but that's what they said. He's in another game named Unfinished Swan. Wait. Yeah, it is Unfinished Swan. You guys, if you want to check it out, they are also made by Giant Sparrow. Oh my god, I can't really speak English. I'm sorry. So, yeah, it was rumored that he's still alive, Milton. He's the king in the game named Unfinished Swan. So, yeah, come check that out. So, hopefully I can also play that game in the future. I'm still not sure when, but yeah. So, again, what I understand about what happened in this game was both Edie and Dawn have clashing personalities when it comes to coping with death, with the deaths of their relatives, their loved ones. For Edie, I think I see her as a very denial person, or maybe it's her, what do you call it, mental illness. If it's her mental illness, she clearly needs professional help, because don't get me wrong, I really like how she interpreted their deaths in a creative way, but at the same time, all of their deaths sounded and looked delusional. I mean, it doesn't happen in real life. But once you dig deeper in their story, you'll understand that, oh, Molly did not turn into a snake, into a beast, into a shark, an owl, a cat, but Molly died because she ate hollies. Hollies are the berries, the poisonous berries, and we ate hollies when we were using Molly because she was starving. Because Edie, her mom, did not feed her before she went to sleep. That's why we saw her ate the gerbil food. We saw her tried to look for leftover Halloween candy, but she didn't have any Halloween candy anymore. So she had no choice but to eat the gerbil food. And then she went to the bathroom to eat the toothpaste. 1 tube of toothpaste. She's that starving. And then she had no choice but to eat the holly berries that was in her bathroom. So yeah, that's what I was trying to explain, that I'm not sure who wrote the quote unquote stories of each and everyone's deaths, I guess. I don't know who wrote those, but my best bet is that it might be Edie. It might be Edie, or I'm not sure. But yeah, I blame Edie for that. So yeah, that's what I've understood with Molly's death. And then for the next one, we visited Calvin. Calvin was Sam's twin brother. So Calvin died too because he fell off a cliff, because maybe he lost balance when he went to play with the swing. We don't know, but you know, as Edie, or as Sam wrote, maybe Edie brainwashed Sam that, oh, your brother fell. No, not fell. Your brother flew. At least he flew. He always wanted to fly. You know, I mean, she sounded really delusional. So that's what Sam thought. Calvin really flew. But the real story was Calvin fell from the cliff. I think the swing was located on top of a hill. It's a hazard, I know, but as I've always said, bad parenting. So I think the reason of all of these deaths, are bad parenting. It's bad parenting, I mean. So yeah, that's what I understand about what happened to Calvin. He fell off a cliff while he was swinging really high. So the next one we had Barbara. So Barbara was I can't speak English, I'm sorry. But yeah, Barbara was a celebrity, but then she lost her fame when she got older because she can no longer do the thing that made her famous, which was the iconic scream. So yeah, as the story goes, she went to a monster con. Oh no, she failed to go to a monster con because Sven, their father, had a little accident, so she had to watch over her little brother Walter. So yeah, from what I've understood from Barbara's story was that there's a lot of chances that Barbara might have tripped on her roller skate, or maybe murdered by the, what do you call it? Maybe she was murdered by either the serial killer on the loose or her current boyfriend at the time. So those were the chances. So yeah, it is quite sad. Again, if you guys watched the previous Let's Play, I don't know. All of the stories were really, how do you call it? Unrealistic. So, yeah. And then, before we wrap up the video, I am just going to explain what I've understood with all of their deaths and stuff. So we're now done with Barbara. Next is next was Walter. Yeah, it was Walter. I'm trying to remember it by how we went to their room. So I think the next one was Walter. So, as I was saying, Walter got traumatized and stuff because of Barbara's death. So he hid himself under the house. He hid himself underground. So I even mentioned that I really feel some Fallout vibes in this room in the previous episode. So, yeah. Walter was really scared of the outside world, I think. But then one day, he realized that nothing will happen if he will just continue on secluding himself from the outside world. So he tried to walk out by what do you call it? By hammering the wall of the house. So as he went outside, he was hit by a train after walking out the tracks. I was even trying to walk on the side, but yeah, the game won't let me. So yeah, that was tragic. As soon as he wanted to live life to the fullest, he got nope. So yeah, that's quite sad, but yeah, life's life. And then next we had Sam. So Sam was the next one. So Sam was Dawn, Gus, and Gregory's father. So as for Sam, he's also the twin brother of Calvin, who fell off the cliff while he was swinging. So Sam, it's kind of funny now that I remember it. Both of them got knocked off a cliff. So as for Sam, he was having a father-daughter moment with Dawn, and they went hunting together, and they took a lot of photos, and then he even pushed Dawn to do hunting. So as Dawn tries to compose herself when after she quote-unquote killed, but no, the stag that they spotted, Sam went on to set the timer on the camera for them to have a photo together. But then yeah, he got knocked off a cliff when the stag, or the deer Dawn shot, turned out to be still alive. So yeah, coincidence? I think not. Both Calvin and Sam died off a cliff. So next we have Gus. So Gus was the eldest child of Sam and Kay, I think, and he really doesn't support Sam's second marriage because Sam and Kay got divorced. So yes, for Gus, I'm still not sure if he drowned or electrocuted, but most likely he got crushed by the tent equipment they used during their wedding. Sam's second wedding, that is. So that's pretty much about Gus. For Gregory, I think Gregory's death was the most understandable out of all of these stories. So for Gregory, sadly, he drowned in a bathtub. And for me, I blame Kay and of course Sam, because Sam called during a bad time. Kay was giving Gregory a bath, so yeah, he basically drowned in a bathtub due to neglect. So the next one was Milton. We'll skip with Dawn because that's the last one. So with Milton, as I was saying, he's still alive for what I understand, because there's no end date. There's no end date on his portrait, and according to a lot of people, again, he became the quote-unquote king in the Unfinished Swan, who was also created by Jack Sparrow. So if you guys want to play it, you may do so. If you want me to play it for you, I will, probably in the future. So yeah. And then Lewis. Yeah, Lewis's story was one of the saddest ones. But for me, the saddest was really Gregory's for me. He was still a baby. He's an innocent baby. My gosh. And then he died because his parents are stupid. Am I too harsh? I'm sorry. Okay, so as for Lewis, as what I've understand, since he was working in the cannery, I think he accidentally decapitated himself with the, what do you call it? With the fish choppy thingy. With the deheader, I think that's what you call. With the fish deheader. I think he accidentally chopped his head off with that. So, yeah. That's kind of gross and sad at the same time. So, yeah. The next one, now we have Dawn. So as for Dawn, she lived a full life for me, if you ask me. Dawn lived a full life, but as what we always say, everything has an end. So Dawn died from an unknown illness. I don't know what her disease or illness is. It wasn't mentioned. But yeah, she got sick. And yeah, she had to let go of life once and for all. And then we have, last but not the least, we have Edith over here. I think Edith passed away due to birth complications. I think she did not make it while she was giving birth to her son. So it is quite sad, but yeah. So what I've understand about this game is that it kinda is a self-reflection also for me. Because I too also have relatives, and I also had relatives. I also have relatives who passed away just recently. And this game really helped me remember those moments that I had with them. And yeah, it is quite powerful, and at the same time it also teaches us to not try to be in denial just for you to try to overcome grief or your relatives' deaths. But yeah, long story short, we should be 50-50 of Edie and Dawn. I mean, I understand Dawn's perspective that we all have to move on and stuff, but I think what I don't approve of fully with Dawn was leaving everything behind. That's what she exactly said, or well, that's according to Edith. That's what she said, that Dawn said to her. So yeah, as much as we all want to move on, for me, leaving everything behind just won't help with moving on. I think it will worsen. So for me, if you want to move on, it's okay if you take a part of your memory with that certain person. But yeah. Uh, for me, as for Edie, I'm good with remembering them, but remembering them in crazy ways just to cope with their loss or with grief isn't healthy for your mental health either. So, yeah, for me, you should be 50-50 Edie and Dawn. Uh, so, I think that's what Edith is. She is 50-50. But, as she got older, she realized that death is inevitable. It is not a family curse, not something like death. Death happens to everyone. It's just not all of us are going to die at the same time. It's kind of like a race, you know. So that's what I think Edie realized as she grew older and as she was writing that letter to her son. But yeah, that's what I was saying about Dawn that I don't fully approve of, is that Dawn was the one who glued all the doors, whilst Edie was the one who created all the peepholes. And for that, I think I will side with Edie. I'm not really a supporter of being delusional or something like that, but forgetting the way we came from or forgetting our family history isn't really good for me. I don't know. It's really hard to explain, but I don't support Dawn sealing all of the rooms. But at the same time, I kinda do, because it is kinda creepy going inside a dead person's room. But again, from my perspective too, all rooms have stories, but at the same time it is quite eerie and creepy. You will never move on if you try to leave everything behind. If you leave everyone behind. It's okay if you're taking everything, digesting everything, what just happened, slowly but surely. Hey, that happened to me. I'm sure that happened to all of us. We all have relatives. We all had loved ones who died. So, for me, it's how you really approach these kind of stuff. So, if you're going to ask me right now about how to cope with grief or death, I'd say take things slowly. Don't force things. Because forcing things won't do you good. It will never do you good. For me, accept that that person is no longer here with you. For me, you should continue their legacy if they really mean a lot to you. You should continue their legacy. It's one of the wonderful ways to honor the people who have passed away for me. And yeah, continue their legacy. For example, about my late boyfriend, he really loves to discover other restaurants or places that has food in it, because from what he said before to me is that he really came from a poor family and they never afforded yummy or delicious food. that we usually eat every time we eat out. So yeah, let's take that for an example. If my boyfriend likes discovering new restaurants and stuff, well, it's okay. I'll plan to continue his love for food and for exploring restaurants and see many places that he saw or he ate at, plus some he didn't. For me, I believe there's no better way to understand a person that you love than to live some of their experiences. So for me, that's what I'm gonna do. Continue their legacy. And I hope you'll do that too. If you're having a hard time to move on, to cope, know when to get help as well. Because not everyone can move on as fast as others, or not everyone can accept as quickly as others. So I understand. Sometimes, or most times, coping with death or grief can be challenging. And for me, it will really take a while. But I hope you will learn to adjust to reality without our departed loved ones. Allow yourself to heal. It's one of the most important steps. And yeah, as I was saying, know when you need help. If you need help, let a professional know, or let your friends know, your trusted friends, that is, and your family, if you trust your family, if you have a very loving family, a warm family, let them know. There's no shame in letting them know. Coping with grief, coping with death is not a sign of weakness. For me, it is strength. And man, I know it is hard, but trust me. Trust me on this. If you take things slowly, if you give another shot at life, you'll be okay. If not, then heck, surround yourself with good people. Surround yourself with friends, family, who are your solid support group. You have those people in your life. Well, if not, well, I'm always here, even though we don't know each other, or maybe we're not close. Well, I'm here if you need a reason for you to, keep moving on. I'm here. So yeah, I think I am going to wrap up our Let's Play for now. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining me as we unlock the mystery of the Finch family. So we now know what happened to everyone, and I'm really sorry if I took the time to explain, to speak about what I've thought about this game, about my frustrations, about my reflection of this game. But I hope you learned, or I hope you discovered something from that. So yeah, again, thank you so much for joining me here. I really enjoyed playing this game. And again, thank you so much, 𝘭𝘭𝘆, for gifting me this game. I wasn't really expecting to end this game as quickly as possible. I only have 3 Let's Play parts of this. But yeah, I still enjoyed playing this game. No regrets. So yeah, again, thank you so much, everybody, for playing this with me. and hopefully we can have more Let's Plays in the future. So yeah, I'll be wrapping up the video here. If you guys enjoyed this video, please feel free giving a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Also, don't forget to hit that notification bell if you want to be notified whenever I upload a video or go live. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye for now. Stay safe, everybody.